chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Which chapter?
Yeah, which one are we doing?
Probably Birth of the Coalition.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like the hardest one to tackle based off the title, like for a good cover. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna try and do that because I feel like Take Back Port Zareth, you could draw. I mean, you don't have to, but the simplest answer is we'll draw Port Zareth,
Mm-hmm.
like just from a certain perspective. But I think that like the Birth of the Coalition could be anything. Not anything, but like I don't know what the Coalition is in this game.
Yeah.
I assume it's your party, but
Yes. So
and I
you're.
don't know. Yeah.
I was thinking. I think part of it is the. Sorry. Okay. So I'm thinking it would be cool to have the drunken dwarves as the cover for
Beth?
yes.
You put the little stream description as a Mappy Hour.
Oh, I fixed it.
Okay. I'll just talk about like the notification that went out.
Yeah. Yeah, it shows it. The one on the stream is. Can you? What are you doing? Yeah, I know. I fixed it though.
Okay.
For when you're actually like looking at it.
Oh, hey, Colin.
Hey. Actually,
Yo,
it's good that you're here. Because we needed. I know, isn't it nice? Because we needed some writing ideas.
Yeah, what happens in the Birth of the Coalition?
That's where they have to choose either the dwarfs or the Fedari.
Yeah.
The dwarves or the Fedari to form like a real strong force against Waver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so essentially they have to this is where they do like a quest for them, and they pick a side.
Okay.
Because the Fedari and the dwarves are kind of against each other inherently due to
slavery.
Okay.
Here's going to be a question though: if there is a considerable force of Fedari,
Mm-hmm.
why wouldn't they just get the like? What I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess the Empire's pretty strong, but I thought the idea was that the Empire presence it had just retreated to the mainland.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I was under the impression that the Birth of the Coalition was everyone trying to get, trying to gather all of the pirate friends.
I think we need to say that that's probably it's an option, but they're going to need they'd have to get pretty much all the pirates that we put in there to agree to match the force of either the Fedari or the dwarves.
Yeah.
I have a question that I feel conflicted bringing up, but I feel like I should bring it up. Okay. So and I may not even go with this, but I was thinking about like doing something simple for this one, just like a handshake.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, I don't want a regular handshake. I want something more like manly.
Bro
So
dab.
I thought about like the like the Spartan handshake, you know?
Yeah.
And then I thought about the I didn't know it was called the black handshake.
Oh, the dab, yeah.
No, the one where you go up instead of down. They do it in Africa.
Oh,
They
gotcha.
do it in Africa. So it's like you do the normal handshake and then you flip up to do the other handshake.
Oh, okay. I got you. Gotcha.
Yeah. So I just realized if I was gonna draw them shaking hands with, I didn't know who it was. I imagined a dragonborn because of Poppy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, no, it's either the Fedari or the dwarves. So I'm gonna do the dwarf hand and the Fedari hand. Then I was like, this could easily be turned into someone I don't think so, but someone might think of it as racist if we make the slave race doing this so-called black handshake.
Yeah, you're
But
not
that
wrong.
wasn't at all my intention. Like,
Right.
I didn't even know that was the black handshake. It's just something they do in Africa. But I'm like, looks better than the other handshake.
I
don't
think
know, dude.
I think it won't.
I don't even know if that should be my cover.
I think it isn't. It's enough of like a recognized like symbol of strength that I don't think anyone is gonna be like, oh, that's nope, can't do that, can't have that. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Like I think it's the connotation of it, of like the hands, like whatever it is a well enough used symbol of like people coming together to like do stuff.
Okay.
So I can see why you would be concerned about that, but I don't think it's gonna
Andrew's
be.
not particularly concerned. Andrew's concerned about other people who might be concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think about 0 people know about that is called the Black Handshake. And then about 0 minus 1 people will then care.
I Googled handshake, and then I was looking up at like it had like all the different like adjectives to put in front of it, and one of them, the only one that had the handshake I wanted, just said black. I'm like, all right, Google.
Yeah, that's. I would say,
Well,
like if it had said like African handshake, but even then, like Africa's a whole continent. Like,
yeah.
I don't think it'll be a problem.
Okay, cool. Okay, just the slave narrative with
Yeah,
the
I
Fedar.
gotcha.
I'm like, dude, somebody's
gonna be like,
this.
and I mean, if they do, and they're like, that's not PC. Like,
Yeah. But I don't know.
Then
Maybe we
you
should go
just
with
say
the-
screw off.
no, we will be
Maybe.
nicer than that.
Oh, sorry. Could you screw off, please?
No. We'll say that was not our intention. Yeah.
Well, I don't even know if I'm gonna do that. What about like this idea instead, where like there like maybe other people
Ooh, what if it's like
waves?
like in The Hobbit, where like all of the other people come and they're all standing on like the top of the ridge, you know? So maybe it's like the shark guy is like there, and like the dwarf twins are there, and like one of the elves are there.
See, what I was thinking was maybe it's like a shot of a bunch of different flags, like, sailing. So, like, not the ships itself, but just, like, an upper shot of the flags.
Mm-hmm. Colin, are you still here?
Like,
Just...
I don't know if he's still here.
Don't mind me.
I'm trying to figure out. Hola, Phil.
Hello.
Thing is, I'm not very good at wings. But that's something I can fix with just a reference.
Had some good sleeps. I actually did not get to take my nap. I'm upset about it. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm not grouchy. Cause I was like, all right, I just gotta finish these, and like I don't know if anyone noticed, but we got new title cards and we got new layouts. I don't know if anybody
didn't
noticed.
notice at all.
Yeah, well, we did that. Okay, we got new layouts, we got new title cards. So I redid all of those real fast. I say real fast, it took me a while. And then I was like, okay, I gotta take the dog out. So I took the dog out, and then I was like, okay, now I gotta make lunch. So I made lunch, and then I went out and let my neighbor's dog out. and I came back just as my lunch finished in the microwave, and then I sat down to eat my lunch, and then by the time I finished my lunch, I had like an hour, and I was like, no canned naps. I'm gonna do some dishes, I'll be listening. Okay, I also did some dishes earlier today. Very much against my will. That was a deep sigh. What's going on? Are you okay?
I know I'm getting frustrated with like my idea, but I'm also like remembering like this is just a sketch. Like this is a thumbnail sketch. It's not even.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a thumbnail, but it's like a thumbnail sketch. It's not like the figures don't have to look like the actual figures
Yeah.
right now. But I still want it to.
Yeah. I believe in you.
I need to keep making it smaller.
Phil said I bought Slay the Spire and tried it out. It's good fun. Is that I don't. I know everyone else.
I know what that is.
Oh, okay. Tell me what that is.
Yeah. Spire is really cool. I really like the idea of it's the robot thing.
Okay.
Like the construct or something.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the idea of him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool game. It's a roguelike deck builder game.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, I'm back. I'm rushing.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
you never heard of Slay the Spire?
Mm-mm.
Well, that's because you're not cool, apparently.
Yeah, I don't really play card games. I play
What's
Magic the Gathering though.
It's not like a...
The card game.
The card game.
I don't really
Yeah.
play but card games except the most popular one.
Well, I don't play it anymore. I just used to.
So, Slay the Spire is a video game.
With cards.
Um,
Deck builder game, says Phil.
Yeah, but it's not like you collect the cards over and you build your deck as you go through each run. And so you start with set cards.
Oh, okay. So is it like the Pathfinder deck game, except like a computerized version of it? Because like the Pathfinder deck game, like the box comes with like a bunch of cards, and like those are the only cards that you get unless you buy. I don't know if there's expansion packs for that one, but unless you like what they give you is all you have. Whereas like Magic, you can keep buying like packs to like add to your deck. If that makes sense.
Kind of. So you start with a set deck for each character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Each one has their own playstyle.
Man.
Is there name even both a show the Warm Bostonian area and we're in the
Sorry, continue.
Anyway, so you have your set deck,
Mm-hmm.
and then each character plays differently. And so as you go through, like each time you finish a fight or an encounter, you get a card. We can hear him. Okay, so for those on stream, Beth's husband is talking. So sorry, he's like super distracting. So anyways, you build your deck, and as you go through, you collect cards, you trim cards, you get artifacts that give you different abilities, and yeah, it's a roguelike because you like slowly unlock stuff as you go through. So like you have all these.
Y'all have fun.
Bye, Colin.
See you
Later.
So you have like the base set of cards, and then once you like clear a run or do like certain events, you unlock cards for future runs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and then you also unlock like the other characters. And yeah, it's just really cool. I think
Yeah.
last I looked, there were 4 characters.
Sorry, I'm trying to find things. Yeah, the Pathfinder game is similar. As you like go through each of the scenarios, like you essentially like level up, and you can use those like as you progress through the storyline. Except, like I said, the Pathfinder. Don't know actually if the Pathfinder game has an online version, but I don't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah. Phil might be able to tell you a little more about it since he's playing it now. But
Yeah, after each fight you add a card. Yeah, so it's similar.
I haven't touched it in a long while.
Mm-hmm.
So
Gwent was fun. Did you guys ever play Gwent?
no.
Dude, that was a good game.
I actually played all the way through The Witcher 3, and I just kind of like avoided Gwent.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
I played it like a little bit the first 2 times I played it, but it was the app. They made an app, and boy oh boy, was that a fun game.
I know that there's a game you can play in Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's like it's like a chess, but it's not chess, and it's like it gets my brain.
You can play Farkle in Kingdom Come Deliverance.
You can also rap
Yes,
battle
you can.
in Assassin's Creed.
You can rap battle.
Yeah,
Why?
it's
In Valhalla?
it's like I don't remember what fleeting is what it's called. Basically, it's like insulting each other like with rhyme, and it's a rap battle. That's what it is. But it's pretty good though. Can you do what?
Valhalla?
Yeah, in Assassin, the new.
Oh my
Assassin.
god, I gotta play it now.
Yeah, it's pretty great, and you can actually, when you get further into the story, I thought about streaming it. I might. When you get further into the storyline, you can actually marry one of the guys that you like fleet against. Like if you win enough times, he's like, "Oh my god, you're so smart and so clever, and I love it. Can you say more mean things to me for the rest of our lives?"
What?
And you can marry him, yeah.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Like-
very...
Hey baby, I like when you talk mean to me.
Yeah, right. I love when you when you verbally assault me. Insult me, daddy, Phil said.
Oh my God.
Really though,
The
like that's
abuse really gets me going.
it really do though. Sorry.
What happened? Oh,
I like how your sketch is coming along though.
thanks. It's really rough right now, but I'm just trying to get an idea. But I think I might go with this one instead.
I like that a lot actually.
Thanks. Less to worry about.
Yeah.
No,
And if you do
once it looks better.
the shadow style like that, it'll kind of help you from having to do like more detail. I really like that, just the way it looks.
Thanks. Yeah, I planned
Yep.
to leave them in darkness and just really define a little bit. but
Have
that's
the
it.
you know what?
sun come from behind them.
I don't know yet.
Just leave it just like that, Andrew, and
Yeah, just
Good
change. Yeah, like just like swipe some color in the back for the sky and like call it a day.
yeah. GG, thanks everyone for coming by.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time.
Yep, perfect.
Boom, done. There you go.
Awesome. Thanks for being so supportive.
Wait, you gotta
guys.
draw the little sun in the corner, like a little with the lines, you know. Yep, just like that. Hey, Yep, there you go. Ta-da!
Abstract piece.
Though I do think I'm actually gonna have the light coming from this way,
Yeah.
just very much to the side.
Wait,
Yeah.
Andrew,
So-
that doesn't make sense. The sun was in the top right.
Yeah.
Come on, get your art right.
Maybe this
That's
place
why
has
I'm
two
flipping.
suns. Okay, like don't.
Well, I'm not gonna like the sun's not even gonna be in it. I think I'm gonna do like that one. Like the sun's gonna be shining on them.
Right now, it looks like there's just smoke billowing behind them.
Yeah, it is gonna be very foggy like the other one. I feel like with pirates, like
Pirates are notorious for fog.
well, they are for. I mean, they're in the sun a lot, but I feel like I don't know. I like the whole foggy like. I don't know. It just looks good in my mind. And if it's gonna be silhouetted, or not silhouetted, but like very dark, there needs to be some pretty good contrast. And so like I feel like the light needs to stand out a lot, but only in like little bits.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm like trying to have the light kind of shine on them from the
Right.
side.
Yeah, dude. Make this a holy mission. They got yes.
They
Take
just
that ditch
the-
down.
of the. Okay,
I like it though. It looks really good.
thanks.
Yeah, no, I'm digging it. I like the Fedari you have going there.
Thanks. That is definitely going to get erased and replaced with another Ferrari, but
I was like, oh, you're cutting the Fedari out of the world? Wow, Andrew.
I
That's
hate
not-
Ferrari.
That's not very PC of you.
Oh my god, it looks so good. It's like that scene in still Lord of the Rings where like Gandalf comes like for the or no, it is the Hobbit with the trolls and he's just like ah and the fucking rock cuts and then the light comes behind him. It's so cinematic, I love it.
I haven't seen The Hobbit. I've only seen the first two Lord of the Rings. I've read the first. Oh no, I've read The Hobbit.
So, fun fact.
I don't
I've
know if you
seen The
can
Hobbit,
be
but
friends
not
with
Lord
me
of the
anymore.
Rings.
You either. Both of you can leave. Bye. You're fired.
I'm reading the books.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah. I will accept that.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah. Iron Tofu says very dramatic posing. I love the light.
Oh, thanks.
It is.
High praise
Yeah, high praise
from you.
from Lady Tofu out here.
I'm trying to get. I'm very much just practicing with coloring, and I'm very out of my comfort zone with all these, but I like it. I need to be.
Well, we appreciate you.
Thanks.
I don't know. You just told us to get out of here. because
Okay,
we're gonna watch-
all right. I appreciate that he's getting out of his comfort zone. Not that you have essentially neglected one of the most important nerd fandoms that there is.
Like I said, I've seen The Hobbit, so it's not neglected.
It's why I don't understand the Satanic Panic, because D&D was based off Lord of the Rings,
Yeah,
and Tolkien was Catholic,
for real.
and like there's like Christian allegory in Lord of the Rings,
Mhm.
like
It's all a ruse.
it's
Yeah.
it's like, it's from like one of your people.
It's like people who the same with the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, like the
Yeah,
Chronicles of
yeah.
Narnia series, where people
Yeah,
are
same with-
like, oh my god, it's full of there's a witch, she's the bad, like it's full of all of the things. There's orcs and goblins and scary creatures.
You know?
But the Chronicles of Narnia is essentially like a fabled retelling of the Bible, and like
It's even
like Aslan
more
is
intense.
God, and like
Yeah.
literally like that's
Yeah. Oh,
it's
C.S. Lewis
yeah.
is him and Tolkien were like in World War One together or something, and Lewis like gave up on his faith, and Tolkien brought him back.
Yeah,
Except Tolkien
yeah.
was Catholic and C.S. Lewis was Protestant, but
they both
still.
went real
Yeah.
different ways, but it's, I mean, well, not really. I mean, when you really look at it, like, it's still in the same realm, essentially. Like, you still
Oh,
have...
Protestant Catholic?
No, I meant the books. Like, one of them went...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, one of them went, like, very allegorical, and the other one just went, like, straight fantasy land, but...
Yes. Yeah, Lord
Um,
of the Rings is... Yeah, he says he didn't intend for it to... He just wanted to have good themes, but not necessarily have, like, straight-up Christian allegory for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But essentially, like I said, they're still basically in the same realm of you know, the fantasy stuff. It's just
Mhm.
one of them is more adventure, and the other one is more like witches, magic, talking animals,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of thing.
What was it? Shoot. Oh, supposedly it took, like, C.S. Lewis to write the Chronicles of Narnia, the entire series, in, like, 7 years. And Tolkien wrote the first Lord of the Rings, so not The Hobbit, but I think the first Lord of the Rings, in, like, 14 years. Like, it took him forever to write that book.
Yeah.
His are more popular,
Yeah.
but I just think it's interesting. He was, like, mad at Lewis because he's like, you wrote it so much faster.
Why
Why
are you so much better than me? And then I bet he was like, maybe you should just suck less.
Chronicles of Narnia. Actually, I've read Lewis's other stuff. Have you ever, like, the Screw Tape letters?
Mm-mm.
So good.
No.
So good. But
Have you ever read his Dark Materials? It's the Golden Compass, like,
no,
series.
but I've no.
Yeah.
I've heard
So the Golden Compass was one of my like fave books. Basically, when I was in high school, I read like 3 series that essentially like made me stop reading for almost a year. Like, I was so mad that they ended the wrong way. Like, and I don't remember what order it was in, but I just remember that, like, I read 3 book series and all of them, like, the ending was fucking stupid. The Percy Jackson series, like, the way that ended made me so mad.
I don't even remember the ending.
Yeah, basically, it's just, it was really dumb, and I don't want spoilers. I'll spoil the other ones, though. So, the Aragon, like, the last of the Dragon Chronicles,
Mm-hmm.
the Aragon series, the end of that fucking made me hella mad, because, like, him and the girl who, like, have shared their names, like, their true names together, and, like, they belong together, and they recognize that, like, that's their thing, and, like, he finds the, like, again, spoilers, hidden clutch of eggs in, like, this pocket dimension, and he's gonna, like, take them somewhere else to, like, raise them and, like, bring them up and, like, create more dragon riders. And she is like, I'll take you to the edge of the world. And then they do. And then she's like, okay, bye. And he's like, what, you could come with me. And she's like, no, I can't. Like, I have to stay here. Knowing, per the prophecy, that he's never coming back. He is never coming back to their world. He will be gone forever. And she could go with him. But she's like, no, I have to stay. Like, you're gonna send this man into an unknown world by himself to raise more dragons and train more dragon riders, like, by himself. Like, nobody's gonna go with him. Like, what are you doing? Oh my god, it made me so mad. And then the Golden Compass was the other one, because you follow Lyra and the guy. So like she, if you've seen, they made it into a movie, and then I think HBO has made it into a show now as well. And like,
Yeah, with Manuel Miranda.
and I really like the movie. York Burnison is my fave. He's the bear. And then the cowboy guy with like the hair was played by Sam Elliott, and I love Sam Elliott, so like I was behind that 1,000%. And so basically, like her world, you have like the demons, right, which is like your soul on the outside, and it takes the shape of an animal. But it's supposed to be an alternate dimension to our world, which is still in there. And she falls through like a dimension portal into our world where the demons, quote unquote, soul, like where your demons are on the inside as your souls. And she meets this boy, and he like becomes able to wield this knife that can cut through the dimensions, like through the fabric, and they can walk between the worlds. But they find out that like every time they cut a dimension, they release like more dust into the world. And it's slowly killing off adults. Like kids are fine because they're like resilient and they have imagination, and like they aren't settled in their soul and like in their lifestyle. They still have that like malleability of magic and belief and stuff. But as more dust accumulates in the worlds, all the adults are dying, and people are like afraid to get older, because as they get older, they're just dying because they can't live in this world where the dust like eats your solidarity. And I was like, this is so good. It's such a good book, and it's so like it follows them as they are slowly becoming adults. And like Pantamillion, who is her demon, like starts to stay in one shape, and the guy, when he comes back into her world, his demon comes out on the outside, and it becomes a cat, just like Pantamillion does. And the cats like start to go off, like the souls start to go off together and spend more time together, and then like the people spend more time together. And so her and this guy and their souls like do all this other stuff. And yeah, missed the middle of the book, became hella confused because all of this stuff happens. And then towards the end, you find out that, again, spoilers, that the uncle is actually her dad, not her uncle. And the lady, who you find out in the first book is her mom, like, they are, like, trying to do some stuff. And then all of a sudden, like, angels come in. Like, at some point, you're, like, reading the perspective of these, like, existences that are, like, flying over places, and you're like, I don't really know what's going on here. And then you find out that they're angels, and now their like goal is to kill God, and they do. And then and then they realize that they have to close all the portals so that the dust stops traveling in between the worlds. So they backtrack, and her and this guy close all of the close all of the portals between the universes. And he chooses to go into his, and she goes back into hers, and he closes the space. And like once a year, they go sit on this bench and like pretend to be together. And I was like, what? Like, I had to reread it. The ending, it literally, I read the paragraph where they like walk into the place and they like kill the guy and it's God, and I reread it, and I like reread the paragraph, and I was like, did I miss an important part somewhere? Because it literally, it's almost like he wrote like 90% of the book, and then he like put it down and then decided how he wanted the ending to be, and then like picked it up and just like wrote the ending, but didn't go back and reread to make sure it flowed right. Like he just changed the way the ending was gonna be. And like the guy who wrote it, I don't remember what his name is. I don't think it's in here. Yeah, it's in the other one. He's like a super atheist, and so at some point he was like, "I'm gonna make him kill God," and then just like tried to fit it in there, and like made it work, but like didn't make it work.
Yeah,
And I
no,
just,
never read it.
I'm like, I just remember like, I just remember being like, this is the dumbest, like flipping fucking tables. I was like, this is the stupidest thing. Like it was, oh my God, it was so good. And then it just, I was like, this is what happened? Like, I don't, like what just happened? Because what? And I stopped reading for like a year after that because I was like, I can't hang with any more of these disappointing ass fucking series. Who just don't want to end the right way.
Well, you know, Game of Thrones.
Oh,
So,
don't even get me started.
I liked parts of it, but overall I was like, yeah, this whole season was disappointing. Despite liking parts, the season itself was just the whole thing with her going crazy and killing people. As cool as it was also like it felt too easy. I felt like they could have, like, I get like her going crazy, but it had to be a little more than her just, I'm gonna burn all the innocent people. Like,
Yeah.
she was never hateful. Like, she never, well, maybe she was, but she never killed innocent people. That was never her goal.
Yeah, her thing.
And then, like, that was too just like, no, that's not Khaleesi. Like, that's not Daenerys. But like Jon Snow, I like the concept of him just going back to the wall, like after everything he did. Like, he's just like, I'm just gonna go back to the wall and be a wildling now.
Right, like, don't mind me.
Kind of, well, as annoying as it was, I also liked it. Like,
Yeah.
it was kind of, it was just very poetic. Just like, he did the good thing, and then it's just like, they're just like, we're gonna send you back to the wall. And it's like, dang it.
Yeah.
And he just he's like doomed, and I don't know, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
But
I have feelings about it.
I don't know.
Because of, it's not even about like the story itself. It's actually about the author and like how I don't even think he should be called an author. I think
Wait, George?
I think he should be like disgraced for creating an atrocity. Like, he has committed the most heinous atrocity that like
What do you
an
mean?
quote
did he
unquote
do?
author hath ever done.
What?
And I feel real strongly about it.
Wait, what did he do?
So, your boy, sorry.
I need references before I get into this.
Are you confused, Andrew? Because I am.
Hold on, give me a second.
Granted, I also tuned out for like the last 10 minutes or something.
It's okay.
Like, you started talking about stuff I didn't care about, so I was like,
Yeah, it's fine.
let me just pass out on the couch.
Literally, it's fine. I'm used to you not listening to me when I speak. So basically, he. Gotta center myself here. He didn't finish writing the books.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, before the show, like,
I
came
thought
out.
you were about to tell me he was a pedophile or something.
I mean, he might be, but like,
I mean, he has very anti-pedophile themes in Game of Thrones, though.
there's a whole lot of themes.
It's a cover-up.
No, it actually has nothing to do with the actual like writing or the story itself. It has
Okay.
everything to do with him, like, and what he like. He didn't finish writing the books, and they're still not done.
Correct.
And then he allowed like the story to be made into shows, which is fine. Like, that's fine. But it reached a point where he got it got to the place where he hadn't finished writing it anymore, and it got to a place and it should have stopped there, but it didn't. So even though
Yeah, I heard about that. Where
E-
like basically the show had to come up with its own story.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so going forward now, like even if he helped like direct where it was going, right? Even if he like had a pretty good idea of like where things needed to go and where he wanted everything to head, he still didn't have it actually written himself. So
Right.
anybody that they killed, anyone that they kept alive, anything, any major plot points that they did, right? So his options now become he can just stop writing the series altogether because it's already finished. He can write it the way that they did it on the show, at which point it's no longer his writing because he didn't write it. They did. Even if he helped, like, it was a collaboration at that point. It's not his story anymore. Like, no. Or
Right.
he can completely change it so that it does not match the show at all.
Yeah.
Like, those are his options.
I think he did it on purpose. I think he was like, I want to see how they do this ending because, well, he did say like he didn't like the directions they were going with certain things,
Mm-hmm.
and he told like he said for the most part at the beginning they would listen to him and sometimes they wouldn't, and he said and sometimes I liked what they did and sometimes I didn't, and he goes but like the way it was going, I think he dipped after like season 6.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, at some point, it became not his anymore. It was not
Yeah.
his story anymore, and so now
And
he
I
has
think he
to...
did that because he didn't like where they were going.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. So now, as an author, his options are he can write it the way they wrote it, in which case it's not his, and he didn't like it, so why would you write it like that?
Yeah.
He can completely change it, but then the story is different, and then
That's okay with
then you
me.
have to completely separate the show from the books, and that just it doesn't like it doesn't sit with me. As somebody who's read thousands of books, like I would rather have them like fucked it up the way that movies usually fuck stuff up, rather than like what has happened here.
I kind of like that he let them do it. Like it's kind of like a baller move. He's like, you guys are gonna make a mistake, and I'm gonna see what they don't like. So when I write my book, it's way better.
Right, right.
Make more money.
And I mean, on that front, yes, because then people will buy the last books to see what
Yeah.
he changed, if he changed anything. So like
Yeah.
on that front, yes.
But I also don't know. I don't think that was his plan for the ending.
I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, regardless, even if it was, if that was how he was gonna end it, he either has to do it that way and like only change a little bit, but like keep the main points. But again, it's not like his ending, because
Right.
even if it was what he intended, it's not like it was written before him, and now he's just got to deal with it. Or he can change it completely, at which point the show no longer reflects the book and you have to completely separate the two of them, which I think will be really hard for a lot of people.
Yeah, but I think it'd be the best option. I don't mind it, honestly. I'm like I think he made a pretty funny choice there.
He did a weird, unsure what his plan is now. But I don't know. I have strong feelings about it.
Clearly.
Um,
I think there are aspects of it that, like the story itself was good. There are certain parts of it that, like, probably needed a trigger warning, but, like, you know, overall, I don't think the story was bad. I think the way that it was executed in mass media is what annoys me the most. And the fact that, like, by the time you get to the end, there are literally only, like, 5 characters that, from the, like, original beginning that are still alive. I think that was literal overkill.
Oh, I don't. I think they should have killed Arya when she tried to fight the Night King. I
Yeah.
don't think she should have killed him unless she died.
Mm.
I think Theon's death was too easy. Like Theon either should have died a long time ago, or he should have been the one that lived.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I like Arya. I don't want her to die, but I think like if you really want to gut someone, like a watcher, like someone who's enjoying this, kill
Mhm.
the one they love. Like
Yeah.
kill Arya. Like that would have sucked, but it would have been so much more like I don't know. It would have been funny. I don't think she should have been the one to kill the Night King though either.
Mhm.
But if they're gonna do it that way, at least kill her.
Yeah.
Sansa could have lived. Just because I'm pretty neutral about Sansa. Like I
Mhm.
like her sometimes and I don't like her sometimes, and I'm like,
Nah.
if she lives, I'm fine. Jon Snow, I think, also should have lived, which he did live, but I think it's good that he did,
Yeah.
and he should have been just like left with like no family,
Mhm.
and which he kind of was, but
Yeah.
like Bran being king,
That's
like,
annoying
that's
to me,
kinda-
but like.
yeah, I don't mind it being if it was Bran. Like if it was Bran all along just playing the long con and he's like, check it out, I'm the king. That would have been like, oh crap, you even had me fooled like this whole time. But I don't think he cares about being the king. I think it was just he's like, I'm the three-eyed raven now. That's it.
It's me, ha.
And and Tyrion is my favorite character. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily like how it ended with him, but I still like Tyrion.
How did you feel about Jon Snow and Daenerys? Like, because there were a lot of people who thought that they should have just been together and that they should have just like ruled together.
I think for Game of Thrones, it would have been too easy to make it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I have an option that I think would be better. Her dying is totally fine with me. I just hate that she became evil first. Like,
Yeah.
no, she's straight up evil, not just like ruthless. Like that's evil. But I think as much as I like both characters, I think only one of them should have been like on the throne, like or I mean I like the idea of neither of them being on it.
Yeah.
Because Jon Snow never wanted it,
Yeah.
but he got it and then was like, all right. And then I don't know. I would have been okay with even Sansa having it, but I don't know. I think Jon and Daenerys should have done. I don't know. I have a hard time with that one. But I don't think it's as simple as they should have ruled together. Like they should have, yes. But from like a writing perspective and telling a realistic story, I feel like that's just too good of an ending. That's like too nice.
It was too good for the story that was presented to us.
Well, like it's too no, I mean like it was too happy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, in
Yeah,
any other
okay.
book, that would have made sense. But, like, the way that this story goes, like,
Right.
it... Like, none of you get happy endings. What the fuck are you talking about? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
that's not how this
Yeah.
goes.
But that's what the show has balls.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, dude, like that's what I like about it is like they're gonna kill off people and it's gonna hurt, but like that's what they need to do to make this show stand out, and not even just to stand out, but just be as painful as it was, like refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Marvel, I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
But boy, oh boy, do they need to kill more people. Like, there are people who should have died that haven't. Like, Tony Stark's death was the first time I was like, this hurt really good.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I don't want you to die.
Right.
But the fact that you did and you're not coming back, please don't
Mhm.
come back,
Yeah.
you know, that was good.
Yeah.
Um,
So let me ask you this then. How do
Okay.
you feel about not Bucky becoming the new Captain America?
Well, Falcon is Cap in the comics, but even still, they said he hasn't accepted the mantle of Cap yet
Mm-hmm.
in the MCU. So as much as I like Bucky, I'm okay with it being Falcon. I don't think Bucky needs a facelift as much as Falcon does.
Yeah.
Like Falcon's cool, but if he had the shield, that would make him so much cooler.
Yeah. I mean,
And I
Bucky's
feel
my
like
fave. Like,
Bucky's awesome.
but like on a real note, Bucky's my fave, and he always will be.
No, he's great, but I don't think he needs to, because they've already kind of referenced him as being the White Wolf, which I don't think is ever Bucky in the comics.
Mhm.
But it's still a cool concept, and it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'm the White Wolf.
Bitch.
Yeah, but I think like Falcon being Cap makes sense to me.
Mhm.
Plus, he
I-
hasn't committed any war crimes, and the public would receive it better.
Yeah. They're like the writers and like their reasoning, because there were a few people who were like, Bucky's supposed to be it. Like, what are you doing? There were quite a few people who have said like, no, we decided to go a different way with Bucky because of like the ridiculous amount of like mental trauma that he's been through. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't make sense, but like it makes sense that he's not Captain America after that. Like he's got
Yeah.
a lot of shit he's got to work through, you know? And like,
He's lived as long as Cap and didn't get to sleep through it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like he didn't get to sleep through it, and he also had some like real shit happen to him. Like like you don't
Yeah,
just be cool after getting brainwashed like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you don't just bounce back and like be chill. Like that's not. So I think they did it. I think their reasoning and like the idea behind it is good. However, I will say that because of that, I do expect them to make his story like
Really good.
like his redemption better be like right in my fields.
Oh, yeah.
If it's not, we gonna fight.
No, I don't think the MCU is one group that I'm like, I pretty much trust them with anything they decide
Yeah.
to do as far as making a movie. I'm like, dude, like Endgame had its flaws, but that was an awesome movie. Like I don't
Yeah.
care what anyone says. Like
Right.
I could nitpick it. I could even go more than nitpick it and point out things that were pretty glaringly like kind of like annoying.
Mhm.
But like, good lord, Cap using Mjolnir. I
Ugh.
don't care what you think about
Right.
like his
Anything.
whole time travel theory, like whether it would work, blah 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 blah. Like,
Yeah.
dude, that was awesome.
It
and
was.
This is a superhero movie. This is what I'm here for.
Yeah, like this is
You know?
this is what I have arrived in order
Yeah,
to
they
do.
didn't
Like,
do anything unforgivable. It'd be one thing. The only unforgivable thing was, as Dunkey said, like Ant-Man losing his tacos when the when the Guardian ship lands. the Milano
right.
lands.
Just like, but Banner was right there to give him new ones.
No, that was awesome. That was Dunkey did like a whole thing talking about how Endgame sucked, and it was all just about Ant-Man losing his tacos. And I love it. Yeah.
Now, see,
No.
I love the like conspiracy backlines that people have. Like, there's like discussions about the Black Widow movie, and
Yeah.
like the thing there, and if whether or not the Black Widow that you know bites it is actually her, or if it's her sister.
Oh, like her. Interesting.
Like if her sister doppelganged like as her, and she's still alive somewhere, like being held somewhere, or if she like went underground because you know they knew something was going to happen to her, or you know whatever it is, there is the theory that it's not actually her at all.
I mean, I have heard them say that that Black Widow's death is permanent,
Mhm.
but they've said lots of things that
Yeah.
haven't been true.
That
But
were
like,
lies.
like I don't know. I don't want them to cheapen her death though. That's the only thing, because she fought
Yeah.
so hard
Yeah.
to. I don't want her to die, but if she is gonna die, then make it mean something. You know, like.
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
My thing about it is like, from like the romantic standpoint, it like hurts my heart that like her and Banner never got together,
Yeah.
you know? And I haven't watched WandaVision yet because I don't want to fall in love with it because I know I'll binge it all. So like I'm waiting until like the season is done and then I'll
Yeah.
just binge the whole thing and then
Supposedly it's like
deal
8
with
to
my
10
feelings.
episodes.
yeah. I'll
Yeah.
deal with
Oh
my
my
feelings
God.
at a later time.
Oh, good. The only thing I don't like about WandaVision is it kind of feels like a trailer, like a really long trailer for the new Doctor Strange movie. Like I feel like it's all just about building hype and making you go, "What?" And I don't think we're gonna get a ton of answers.
Yeah.
Maybe about WandaVision itself, but like I feel like it's really just gonna build up to the Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
It just feels like a marketing thing.
Right.
But it's awesome anyway. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, this is so good.
I feel in a way like I recognize what they're trying to do with her story, where she is
Yeah.
essentially like so upset and like so just done with like the real world that she just like goes into her own mind and just like makes her own reality. And I understand like the like soul deep pain that requires in order for her story to continue that way. And like it just like, oh, like it just makes my heart hurt. Like I don't even care what happens, just the idea that like that is what she has created for herself.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
it just gets me right in the feels.
Yeah, no, it's great. That's Sierra's favorite character, so
Yeah. I just
I'm always like,
it gets me.
yeah, no, it's awesome. You will have to watch it though, because
I
like,
will.
boy oh boy.
Yeah, like I said,
Are
I'm
we
waiting
on a
till they're
ride?
all there because I'm waiting till all of it's there so I can binge it all at once and then I can just like get all of my feels like cycled through at one time and just like let it just do whatever. Because if I prolong it, I'll just be like in the feels the whole time.
Yeah.
Now Patrick, my husband, is very much into the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show.
Yeah, that one's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
I watched it too.
I think he finally made it to the end because I haven't seen him watching it the last couple days.
Yeah, I haven't finished it.
But like he straight binged it for like weeks. He's been on it like for a while. And
Yeah, what's up? Sorry.
no, you're good.
No, that's a good show. Like, I got Sierra into it. I was watching season 5, and then Sierra's like, we were talking about it. I was like, you need to watch this show. And then we turned it on, and now we're on season 4 because I started over to watch it with her. And, no, that show's good because just like Game of Thrones, it's not just like Game of Thrones, but it also has balls. Like, they will.
Sorry, there's a bunch of screaming children outside. I don't know what's going
Oh.
on.
I'm about to go kill him, don't worry.
They won't like
Hit my
kill
fucking
off
truck.
characters very often.
stop.
They don't kill off characters very often, but they
Well, then
mess
go
them
out
up.
there and tell them to stop.
They're just kids.
Sorry. He's talking about Spartan kicking children.
Just want one to fall.
No. Get outta here. Anyway, though, yeah, no, he, I only saw certain things. Can you stop, please? If you're gonna say something to them, go out there and say something to them, but don't brood in my window like a creep.
That just brooded in your window looking at me. Alright, taking the dog out.
Anyway, but yeah, no, he watched a bunch. I popped in here and there for them. I don't know where you are in it, but I was like really stuck on the like I think it was like 2 or 3 episodes where the scientist girl gets like sucked into the other dimension.
Yeah.
Through the obelisk thing, she ends up on the other planet with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that one got me too, though. But I was also, at the same time, like, how you just gonna jump into a puddle of water on a planet? Like, first of all, she just straight scooped it up and drank it. And I'm like, girl, you don't know what's in that. Like, you have no idea what was living in that water. Like, you're not even supposed to... It's stagnant water, to begin with. Like,
Yeah.
like, don't you know that will kill you on Earth? Like,
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be a scientist.
You're talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I sure am.
Don't trash talk my show.
She-
I love that show.
it's no, yeah, that
Your father.
that part was pretty good. That whole section.
Mm-hmm.
She well, no, like that show, like that like messes her up.
Yeah.
So like the show's pretty cringy sometimes. Like it's
Yeah.
definitely got some like, oh yeah, this is a TV show on ABC. Like
Right.
reminders sometimes, but like
Yeah.
there's still some awesome parts. It's so much. I hate the DC TV shows.
I
And
tried.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., my friend tried to tell me that like it's the same, and I'm like,
Mhm.
no, the acting is better in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like the story is just so much better. And I don't know, maybe it's like even like the camera angles, like even like, the
Everything,
way
production
it's
value.
made. Yeah, like it's just a higher quality, like and I don't know, like I watched that episode of The Flash and I love The Flash, like the character, but that TV
Mhm.
show is just so I feel like worms in my skin watching it. Just like, ugh, this is awful. Like they stand with like their feet really wide apart and just like they just look so dumb. I wish
That-
they look like
That superhero pose.
but it's not even a superhero pose. It's like they look like, you ever seen the Pokemon Toxicity? Look it up because that's what they all stand like.
Have you
And-
ever seen like an adult Marine walk? Not like a baby Marine, like I've been in for 4 years, but like a full on like adult graying haired man who is still currently a Marine, because they
No.
walk like The Rock does, except they don't move their arms at all. They just have them like at their sides, and they are like chest out, arms apart, like people who have too big of muscles to put their arms down,
Yeah.
but they don't. They hold them out and like try to not move them at all. And like that's what I imagine. It's like
It's,
like that's what it's like. But I also have a very controversial opinion about DC, and I'm not
what's
trying
your
to-
opinion about DC? About DC in general?
Kind of. I hate Batman
Oh my gosh.
in like the idea of him. Like the movies are fine, like whatever, you know. But like Batman as a character,
Is amazing, but
in
okay.
in my opinion, is done better as Iron Man.
Huh.
Because when you think about it, like, Batman's really only, like, thing is that, like, he's a rich boy with, like, cool toys who, like, beats up mentally challenged people. And, like, granted, they're evil, but, like, the Joker needs some help.
Joker did get help.
Yeah, and then he turned her
Harley
crazy
Quinn
also.
happened. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like he either needs help or you need to like there is no,
Well,
there's none of this. Let's put them back in the box. Like they're like that.
Uh-huh.
It's not working.
Joker in this asylum all the time. He tried to put him back in Arkham Asylum, and Joker broke out all the time.
That's what I'm saying. At some
yeah.
point, you gotta stop trying to put them back in the box because that's not working. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
either need to just like that or like figure it
Well,
out.
That's why the Killing Joke exists.
But like it just And I hate people who are like, I want to love like Joker and Harley Quinn. I'm like, oh, so you want to be mentally and emotionally abused until your mind like no longer works properly?
You have Stockholm syndrome.
like you want to be tossed into a vat of toxic waste and, you know, loved quote unquote by a narcissist until you are such a psycho that you crave his attention at all times and can't function without his approval.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you want because that's what you're asking for. Like,
It's, yeah. But
I get it.
I
get the people who are like, oh my god, there's villains in love. And I'm like, obviously you didn't read the backstory.
Yeah, I don't care a whole lot about Harley Quinn and the Joker's relationship. Like, I like the Joker as a character. I don't know. Batman's awesome. I get what you're saying, but I still think like he's got such a deep, like, I don't know. Just could you imagine being Batman? Like, he's got to be scared out of his mind. That's why he called himself Batman, because he's afraid of bats, the little dummy. But like, he seriously became Batman because he was like afraid to deal with what he was dealing with, so he had to take on like this alter ego, which is what a lot of superheroes do. But when you're like, when things in Gotham happen and there's like all kinds of crazy stuff and you have all the money, so you figure it out, like he does the right thing, like he tries to help people, he saves people's lives, and he beats up the bad guys, and he doesn't kill them. He's got this huge code about killing people until he's old and he decides to start shotgun blasting people. But like, then when you get into like the Justice League crap and you're fighting someone like Brainiac, who is like controlling, I don't even know, like the amount of things that Batman would have to deal with fighting someone like Brainiac or Ares or Doomsday, Darkseid. Like, there's so many things that it's like Hawkeye. It's like when Hawkeye is in Avengers 2 and he's like, we're fighting robots, you're a witch, and I don't even remember what he goes, I have a bow and arrow.
Yeah, right, like what?
That's
Okay.
Batman all the time,
Okay.
and he's managing to be amazing.
Yes. Go.
I'm gonna take a bath because hopefully they're hot water time.
Okay. Right.
Mwah.
So hear me out, all right?
Acid reflux.
What if... Oh, somebody's car alarm's going off. He just ran in here to see if it was his truck. Is it?
No.
Then you're fine. Anyway, like, so take Bane, right? Bane is probably one of my favorite villains. Like,
Okay.
his backstory makes complete sense to me. Like, I was born in the dark. Like, if like Batman, I feel the same way about what is his name, Arrow or Green Arrow or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah. Oliver.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way because Batman was all like he was already rich as a child. Like, he grew up with the ability to have access to those things. Like, he started off as this, like, hey boy, I'm out here, like, kicking ass and taking names, but already had access to all the cool toys and to Alfred and to all of the other stuff, and then used those things to become Batman.
Yeah.
But, like, if he didn't already have access to those things, I don't think he would have been able to. Like, I don't think he would have done it. Like Iron Man starts off, like, as a prodigy to Howard Stark, right? But, like, Howard Stark was also really fucking smart. And so, like,
Yeah.
like, he gets, like, that knowledge, and he continues all of that stuff. So even though, like, he is, like, playboy, philanthropist, millionaire, blah, blah,
Genius,
blah.
billionaire, playboy,
Yeah. Even though he is all of those things, he's also really fucking smart. And, like,
Yeah.
develops all of these things. Like, he figures out the formula for time travel. Like, granted, he has, like, the computers to help him, but he also built those computers. Like he has the resources, but uses his brain to gather more resources. Whereas Batman is just out here using his underground cave, and poor Alfred to, like, get all his shit done.
Poor Alfred.
Poor Alfred. He's like, getting real tired of your shit, Master Wayne. Like, like, cause I would be too. Like, I'd be hella annoyed. Like, and you're trying to tell me that, like, Alfred takes care of all of that stuff by himself? Like, you live in a big ass house. You can't get Alfred a maid lady to help you out? Like, you can't get guard dogs, you know? Like, you can't get a pool boy. Like,
Pool boy.
like, I mean, I guess Robin kind of becomes a pool boy in his own right, you know?
Robin.
Like, and I liked that, like how in the one with Bane, how at the end, like, it's the guy. Like, I love the idea of Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Robin. Like, I love that idea.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt is great.
I love that idea.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah, everything about him is perfect, and I'm here for it. Like, but even, like, the Arrow dude, like, even though he is also, like, a billionaire, that comes from his family, just like Batman. But he gets marooned on an island for however long, and he has to learn how to fight and, like, how to take care of himself. He doesn't just decide that, like, he's gonna become a vigilante, like, and start, like, learning how to fight. Like, he has to learn in order to survive. Like, he has to learn how to do stuff in order to not die. Yeah. And then when he, you know, gets back into the real world and realizes how corrupt everything is, that's when he's like, wow, I could do something about this.
Yeah.
And you know, goes forth to do so. But at the same time, he also makes really fucking dumb decisions along the way. Like,
Yeah, that's okay.
Like,
You want flawed heroes.
yeah, but, like, the girl that, like, keeps coming back in, and, like, you know she's bad, but he, like, keeps trusting her anyway, and I'm like, quit being dumb. Like, you got a city to save. Like, stop thinking with your dick. Like, this is not.
Oh, I haven't even.
I stopped
even know what
watching it
girl.
after. There's two girls in it, at the beginning who, like, I think one of them was, like, the girl that he was with before he, like, left, and I think another girl is, like, also a vigilante of some kind, but she's actually bad, and they, like, keep running into each other, and he, like, keeps trusting her with things when she's obviously fucking bad. And I'm like, it's just like, I think but at the same time, I don't think DC as a whole is bad. Like, I'll take Superman over any day of the week. Like, I think his storyline makes more sense.
I love Clark Kent. I don't like Superman.
I think it's super dumb that, like, even after he does everything that he does to, like, save the whole fucking planet, people are still like, but can we trust him? Like, really though?
Yeah.
And then they still, like, try to fuck him up. And I'm like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Why you do this? Like, like, how you gonna do him like that?
Yeah. Well, like, I think you can't have DC without Superman, whether you like him or not.
Yeah.
And it's like, at least, I don't know. I like Superman. Like, I think I'm in the minority because most comic nerds are like, Superman's stupid.
No,
But
I think
like
Batman's
Superman.
dumb. Like,
I think Batman's better than Superman, though, hands down.
no, I just I understand the appeal. Like, I get it. I get the draw, and I get why people love him. But, like, I feel like his personality is so shallow. like he has a backstory, right? Like his thing is like, oh, I'm afraid of bats because I fell in a hole or whatever, and he's like, I'm gonna be Batman to like get over my fears and stuff. Like that sure, yeah, like okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do what you want. But like, again, Bane, like, if you took Bane's backstory, right? Like, take everything about him, like, as a character, but make him a good guy, like, that would be, like, the best Batman. Like, take everything about him, like, the way he talks, like, his personality, his, like, level of trust, like, the way he thinks about things, his origin story, like, literally any of that stuff, other than my parents got shot in an alleyway by some gross thug. Everything sucks. I'm a sad little boy who's afraid of bats. I'm a fight crime. Like,
Yeah. Batman's got, like, vengeance on his mind.
yeah.
But, like, Bane in the comics is ridiculous. He's like a luchador. I don't even remember where he's from. He's just... I mean, his story... I don't even know his story that well in the comics, but, like, I have no issues with Bane.
Yeah.
I just think he's silly sometimes. He's just all jacked up on juice.
On the good.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know. The Flash is personally my favorite, though.
Yeah.
He's got a very Spider-Man vibe, just like and a lot of superheroes do it, but like the more I help people, the more I hurt people type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's like a real like deep like a tension there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what the heck? I think that's
Excuse me while I'm...
Sorry, I had some issues.
No, you're
Art.
good. I'm pulling candy out of my drawer. Don't tell my husband I have a stash of chocolate in my dresser. Or not my dresser, my desk.
But I like the whole like I try and help people and I end up killing them anyway.
Fucking it up.
And it sucks. Or I end up hurting people anyway. Like the whole like say what you want about the Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield. I love that movie.
Oh god, my heart.
Like
Oh, it was
just
so...
the Gwen, it's like
yeah. It gets
so
me right in the
good.
Ooh.
I was like, because you don't expect, you're like, this is Spider-Man, he's gonna save her, and then just like boom, it's just over. It's just done.
If you knew it was coming, and there were a lot of people who weren't sure if they were gonna do it. There were it was back and forth between whether or not. Hey.
I don't know if it'll even help anything. Sierra's gonna be like, there's so much crap in the background.
No, it's good. And it's not doing that weird thing it was doing last time.
It looks like it does a little bit, but not as much.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it was last time. But yeah, like, there were a lot of people who weren't sure if they were going to do it or not. If they were going to just...
Oh, yeah.
Let it be or, you know, completely ignore it, because that's the way it's supposed to happen. That's the way it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
And, right in my... I was ready for it, too. I was even prepared just in case. I was like, I got to get myself mentally and emotionally prepared just in case they do it. But I still wasn't ready. Was not.
It was... So I knew it was a thing, but I didn't at the same time. Like, I'd heard about it, but I didn't realize, like, I don't know. It was like I watched it and I was like, oh, right, that happens.
Right, like,
So I was not expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
And, it got me the first time. And it still gets me when I think about it. But, like, I don't know. Yeah, that was a...
Yeah, no, it just...
Such a strong move.
Oh my god, it was so... Right in my feels, man. Especially, I love that in, again, that, like, romantic girlness of me, is like upset that they didn't stay together in real life.
Oh, I know.
Because
Yeah,
they were together for like, what, 3 years or something like that?
a while. I don't know. Their whole
Yeah.
kissing bit on SNL was hilarious, where they didn't know how to kiss each other.
Yeah.
But have you seen that one?
Um,
They're like trying to do that scene where he's on the bridge, and he's like, "Besides, there's crime to fight in England, right?" And then they kiss, but they like don't know how to do it. They just go like,
ah.
and it's great. And then you know Chris Martin from Coldplay shows up and kisses Andrew Garfield, and it's like ha ha, ha gay ha, but it was still really.
Did you watch the new, like the Jumanji remakes?
The first one.
So, when they kissed,
That was hilarious.
oh my god, it fucking got me. I was dying. Like,
Yeah. No, like I was before I was married to Sierra.
Mhm.
I don't even know if we were dating at the time, and we were all at her house, like me and my friends, and I just remember her and Taylor just going, "Ee!" like, the whole movie. That was so funny.
oh my god, it was
Yeah.
great.
Jack Black was the best part of that movie.
I
Nick Jonas,
love-
yeah.
Nick Jonas coming in fucking got me too. Like, I wasn't ready for him, and then there he was. And the second one's pretty good too. Although there are a couple things that like I have questions about.
Yeah.
So the second one, like the idea behind this story is that they end up going back, right? Because the like nerd boy is like upset about his relationship with the girl because they're like hardly talking, and he just feels like such a loser and like such a nerd, and he's not like as cool as he was when he was in the video game, and so he like is starting to rebuild it and like trying to figure it out, and he like accidentally gets sucked back in.
Classic.
And he like misses school or something, or they're all supposed to meet up for like a camping trip or something. I don't fucking know. And they're like, where is he? And so they go into his house where his grandpa was staying, I think, which is Danny DeVito, who has like come to stay with them.
Right.
And
Danny DeVito's amazing, but yes.
yes. And I don't remember how the other grandpa gets there. If he like comes to visit, because I think it's Fridge's grandpa, I think.
Okay.
I don't remember, or maybe he's just like a neighbor or something. I don't remember how he gets there, but they were friends like a long time ago, and like some shit happened, and then they didn't. Maybe it's for like a funeral or something. I don't remember, but anyway, he's there when when they all come to the house to get him and realize that he's gone. And so they like go ask Nick Jonas's character, like, hey, he went back in, like, can you help us? And he's like, oh man, like and so they do. They go back in. But they get switched. So they're in the wrong bodies.
Yeah.
And the grandpas are in, one of them is in like a horse body. Beth, I think at the beginning, she goes in as the horse. And then once they're able to switch like back into the bodies that they were like used to be in, the grandpa, the black guy, becomes the horse. And he like dies? Question mark. He like becomes a Pegasus at the end. Like, he gets wings, and he, like, flies, and then he decides to stay in the game.
What in the world? Okay.
Because he's, like, dying in real life, and he,
Oh.
like, wants to live forever.
As the horse.
Yeah, as the horse in Jumanji. And so he decides to stay there forever. And so they come back out without him. And I was like, it's a cool idea. And, like, I like the sentiment of, like, he'll live forever in the game. But, like, how are you going to explain that to, like, the rest of the world?
Decided to stick around.
like, silver alerts are a real thing. Like, if an old-ass man who is dying, like, disappears from the face of the earth, they're gonna think that he, like, went somewhere and offed himself, or that somebody, like, kidnapped him, or, you know, like, he went somewhere, like, where did he go? And they, like, somebody will have to open up a police report about that. And, like, what about his family? They're gonna wonder where the fuck he went. Like, we're just gonna ignore all of those plot points? Like, because they just leave him in there, and he's just in there forever, and that's just, like, where he wants to be. And I get it, like, it's cool, that's, like, a cool thing, you get to be a flying horse for the rest of your existence. But, like, back in the real world, he showed up to somebody's house and never left.
Yeah.
And there were probably people who saw him walk in that house and saw him never leave. They're like, y'all straight murdered him, we know it. Like,
Yeah, you murdered.
like, you murdered an old ass man. How do you feel about that?
That's true.
I just, like, I have questions. Because I get it. And I think they are making a third one,
Oh boy.
which I will watch because it's really fucking good. I love Kevin Hart, too.
Oh, yeah, Kevin
I-
Hart's hilarious. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
His whole thing with his son. Like, I always do that. Hot, daddy, hot. I always do that.
Have you seen his new stand-up on Netflix?
No.
So he does it from his basement. Like,
Okay.
he has his home, like, custom built. And in that custom builtness, he has a stage, like, underneath his house.
Cool.
And so he has a bunch of people over to his home for this special.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, he calls the coronavirus the vid, when everybody else calls it the Rona.
Did. Cool.
And he talks about, like, how he had the Rona at the same time that Tom Hanks had it. So, like, he couldn't announce that he also had it because Tom Hanks is way cooler than he is. And so he was like, I couldn't do it because Tom Hanks is way cooler than I am, and my announcement would have been lost. But, like,
No one would've.
nobody would have cared because Tom Hanks had the Rona, not me. Like, and so, like, him and his wife had it, and he was talking about that, and he was talking about how he, like, hates to go out into the world now, and, like, he just hates people in general. And, like,
Cool.
yeah, I know, right? Like, you're talking to a room full of people, telling them how terrible they are, and he's talking about how his kids are, like, older now, and, like, his daughter is old enough now that, like, she's gonna start learning about things that he doesn't want her to learn about. And he was talking.
Classic Kevin Hart.
Yeah, and how, like, he was talking to his nephews who are, like, in their 20s, and he says something to them about, like, things that they do with, like, girls, and one of them is talking about, I guess it has a name. I didn't know this had a name. It's called a butter beat off, which is where they like you go into a movie theater and you like cut a hole in the bottom of the popcorn and like blah,
Oh
whatever.
my god.
Right. So, and I'm like, I know that's a thing. I don't think it's a sanitary thing. I don't think it's something that I would ever condone people doing. I've never done it, and I don't know anyone who has. But he, I guess, didn't know like that it was a thing that people do. And he was like, I went home and I said something about it to my wife, and she was like, people are still doing that? And he was like, wait a minute. And so he was like sitting at the dinner table and like says something about it to like gauge his children's reactions.
Yeah.
To like see if they know. But his daughter like didn't know anything about it, but I guess his son did. And he was like, thank goodness, like, my baby doesn't know what's happened yet.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I like Kevin Hart. I think he's funny. He's not my favorite, but I that one was a haha. That one was pretty good.
That one was a haha.
It was a haha. And what the hell is his other name? The other guy. He's Bert Kreischer.
I don't know him.
He does the one about how he got into the Russian mafia in the 90s. And like how he
no idea.
No? Okay, so basically he was in college and he was like a super frat boy and he took Russian and his teacher, like, he thought it was Spanish, I think, but it ended up being Russian, and he was going to drop the class, but his teacher was like, no, don't, like, I need to have a certain number of people in the class in order to hold it, to, like, get my credits that I need for my master's, or for, like, my teaching degree, or whatever it is. And she's like, so I need you to not drop this class in order for me to have it still. And so she's like, if you stay, I'll give you an A. Like, just don't leave. And he's like, all right, deal. So
Yeah.
he takes 4 semesters, like 2 years of this class, and gets to, like, the highest level of Russian that you can get at. And they go, they have this trip to go to Russia and, like, to experience the culture and everything. And he wasn't going to go. And she was like, no, if you go on this trip, you'll get a minor, like, in Russian. And he was like, let's go to Russian, fuck some minors. He was like, that's not what she meant, but it's fine.
Oh my god.
And so, like, they go, and he's like, you realize I don't know any Russian, right? And she's like, no, I'm very fucking aware. Like,
Yeah.
like, she's like, I'm very aware that you don't know any Russian. And so they go, and he practiced the sentence, like, I'm the machine and, like, I get pussy or something like that. And it translated to, like, I'm the machine and I fuck cats. And it, like,
Cool,
he they get escorted by part of, like, the Russian mob, because the Russian mob owns the train line that they're on. And, like, owns the place that they're going to be staying in. And so they have these bodyguards that are, like, with them to, like, make sure that they don't get into trouble or anything. And so they're being escorted around, and he goes to their car, and, like, the only thing he knows how to say is that thing that he practiced. And so it comes out as, like, I'm the machine. And so that's what they call him, is the machine. And he's like, this white guy wants to drink with us and get fucked up. And so he does. And he goes, like, shot for shot with these Russian mobsters, and they, like, bring him into their circle. And he starts learning Russian, like, as he's, like, robbing bar carts and, like, stealing people's shit and, like, living his life over the summer in Russia with these mobsters. And he talks about like the police that he like talks to, and to the other what is it, section of the like the other faction of the mob that like he meets at some point, and then by this time people have like heard of him and they know who he is, and they're like, we're gonna hand you over to this other part of the mafia, they're gonna take care of you, and they're like, it's the machine, like and like even the police like know who he is.
Oh my gosh.
And they're like, this is fucking Russia, like here we are. But he has a TV show on Netflix where he invites other comedians and like other celebrities to his like cabin in the fucking woods. Mm-hmm. And like, cause he's supposed to be like trying to find himself, and he invites Tom Segura and this.
I love Tom Segura.
Yeah, and this other guy who's Cuban, I think, and they get an emu delivered, and he like
Classic.
like chops it up with a fucking chainsaw.
Okay,
and
cool.
they eat it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then like they get this guy to come roll cigars for them, like this Cuban cigar roller man who comes and rolls these cigars for them. And he gives him like an ounce of marijuana, and he's like, can you turn this into a giant thing, like roll it like you would a cigar, but like obviously it's weed? And he was like, yeah, sure. So he makes this like giant fucking, like it's huge, okay? And so they were talking about that, and then there's like another episode where like Caitlyn Jenner is on there, and they're like throwing hatchets or like axes at stuff, and talking about when she was in the Olympics, like as a man. And there's like another one where I think it's the same episode actually, where he's in like a mud bath, and the person gets, she's a comedian, and she gets to his house, and he's in like a mud bath, and so she sprays him off with the hose, and then they go inside, and he like goes to wax his butthole, and like she leaves.
Oh my gosh.
Like while he's like doing it, and then he gets stuck. And so then the next girl comes, and she like rips it off, and then Caitlyn Jenner like comes in, and they're like, hey, what's up? Like, and she's like, did I interrupt something? And they're like, nope, we're fine, we're good.
What the heck?
It's so funny. Like the whole it's like 8 episodes, I think. But
it sounds kind of like Viva La Bam.
It's so funny. It's so funny. And there's another part where they have this like massage ritual thing. These people come in where they have like a sauna box, and then a massage guy, and then like a bucket of ice. And they're supposed to run from the sauna to this guy, and they lay down on the table, and he like beats them with some like leaf sticks. And then he like hops into the ice bucket, and then you're supposed to go back into the sauna. And so they do that, and
oh gosh, it probably burns.
yeah, but it's really fucking funny. like if you I would recommend watching his specials first, so that you have a better idea of his personality, and then if you like it, watch the shows, because it's really fucking funny. Worm, I have returned.
Oh, wow,
hey! I always say worm. I'm so sorry.
I had to ditch the camera because my wife just about walked in here without clothes on.
Oh, hey girl, hey.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm gonna ditch the camera.
Just gonna not.
Yeah, I knew she was about to. I heard the door open. I was like, oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting like an on-air sign and putting it on the door. That way my husband just stops walking in here and starts talking about things when I'm
He should join
stream.
us.
He is very much like Brian.
Oh, doesn't want his face to be seen.
Nope. More like he'll probably say some stuff that we shouldn't have on the stream.
That's okay. That's okay with me.
Yeah. I'll ask him if he wants to come hang out for a minute. Haban! Oh, I think he's in the bath. Never mind. Never mind.
Oh yeah, he did say that. I heard him
Yeah,
say
he
that.
did say he was in the bath. Nothing.
But,
Love
yeah.
you.
Yeah, in general, I don't mind if he, like, personally, I don't know what anyone else thinks,
Hold
but
on.
I'm like, dude, like,
Hang on.
if he wants to, especially
Sorry.
if he's like wanting to hang out with you more and like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into it, but just as far as I'm concerned, he's more than welcome.
Yeah.
Not that it matters, but
Yeah, he Oh, he said I gotta resend it now. Sorry. He got locked out of Disney Plus and had to send a code to my email, and I didn't answer him fast enough. He's in the bath, so.
watching Disney Plus. What's he watching?
Probably The Simpsons.
I just want to know what he's watching in the bath. It's just one of my hobbies is knowing what your husband
Is doing
does in the bath.
in the
Yeah.
bathtub. Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes, and he's gotten his friends like into this. I'm not really a bath person. I probably could be if I really wanted
He's
to.
gotten his friends into this.
He has. We've only got one left to like try to convert, but I don't remember why. I think it was my dad actually who got him into it.
Oh my god.
Because my dad loves to take baths and like loves to go into pools and like saunas and like loves to go swimming. And every time my dad and my husband like hang out together, they always get into a kiddie pool. Like every time they just get drunk and sit in kiddie pools. And like that's just like their bonding experience together.
No, hey, that is
And
so much better than most people's.
it's so funny to
Yeah.
me. Hello, Phil.
Phil.
It's like so funny to me. It's like their bonding time. And damn, I want to get drunk and get in a kiddie pool. Really though, like that's what they do. And even when my parents came to visit us in North Carolina, like we don't have kids, but we went out and bought a kiddie pool. So that they could hang out in it. And I have a picture of them. Actually, let me see if I can find it. I have a picture of them in the pool together playing chess.
Awesome.
Because
That is super weird. But
it is
really
super
funny.
weird, but it's so funny.
No, yeah,
They're
it's like good.
such bros.
It's good weird.
Yeah,
As weird.
yeah,
As
they're-
weird as it is.
yeah. They're such bros, and they So my dad loves to take baths, and he was telling Patrick about it, and I was like, if you like want to try, like just do it, because he went on a run, I think. He did something, and he was like hurting afterwards, and I was like, why don't you try taking a bath? And he was like, no, I don't want it, like I'm a man. And I was like,
No.
I was like, look, just try it. So I put bath salts in it, and I did like a bath bomb,
Oh yeah.
and he was fucking hooked.
Oh yeah. No, those are. As soon as you pull out the bath salts and the bomb, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. He was
No.
fucking hooked. And now
Yeah.
he takes baths all the time. And he's just like, man, I see what your dad was like. I see it. I get it. And I was like, my dad takes baths. Like, just try it. And he was like, all right, fine. But, like, I'm going to complain the whole time. And so he did. And he fucking loved it. And I was like, told you. So now he does it all the time. And we have the bathtub here is much bigger than bathtubs in the US. Like, I could probably sleep in this bathtub if I wanted to.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like, it's probably about 3 inches deeper than regular, like, than American bathtubs. And I'd say probably about 3 inches longer as well. And the back is, like angled so that you can lay down, and it has a handle, like, in the wall so that you can, get up and out. And, it's, like, made for taking baths. And, so he was talking to his friend, our neighbor who was like over and up one, and he asked about the bath bombs, I think, or he asked about something that was in our bathroom, and Patrick said like, yeah, I take baths all the time, and he was like, really? And he was like, bro, yes. And he like gave him one of the bath bombs and was like, just trust me, dude, like just get like a beer and like, or like a glass of whiskey, and like get a show that you want to watch, and just like go try it. Phil said I could hang in a pool all day, but I hate taking a bath. Yeah, I'm not a huge bath. I love pools. I'm not a huge bath person. But like
a bath, but...
yeah. And like he went and then he did it and he was like, man, you fucking got me. Like
Yeah.
And so now he does it too. And we just have one other friend, Riley, he's trying to convert. Riley is very much like, no, I'll take a shower with a beer, but like I don't want to take a bath because I'm a man. And he was like, I'm telling you, dude, just fucking do it. Like, just try it one time and you'll understand the error of your ways.
I can't believe taking a bath is viewed that way. Like, I'm like, dude, a bath? That sounds
Right.
like nice. I've
Yeah.
always kind of... My wife made me do that one time, just get in the bath after I was
Yeah.
hurting.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried... He should try Bugbear Bubbles, I think is what it's called. Have you seen it? Because you guys play D&D together, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, Bugbear Bubbles is... Have you
Do
seen
what?
it on Instagram?
No, but I'll look it up. They're telling me what you should add in your bath.
So,
No, I'll look it up.
I don't know. I want to know his opinion. It's a soap that has dice inside of it. It's like a
Ooh.
gelatinous cube.
Okay, hang on.
But I want the lemon one. That one looks good to me, and the dice look cool with it. But it just, once you use it enough, you get the dice.
Hey, oh, okay.
what?
So it's a bath bomb, but it's like a cube. It's not a bath bomb. It's just soap. Yeah. Okay.
But I
So
think you
it's-
can use it as like bubbles.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's just soap, then whenever it gets to dice, it's gonna hurt. Yes, no?
Yeah,
Well, you take the dice out.
yeah, you would take the dice out.
But how?
I'm looking.
I bet it's not even good soap.
You don't even know.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
I
it
can't
is.
actually look at it. That's dumb.
At the bottom.
What?
It might be on their
There you
website.
go.
It's
I
their
see it,
website.
yeah.
That's a big ass cube.
It is a big ass cube.
It's a tesseract.
It's not a tesseract, no.
You don't know that? You don't know nothing? I'm gonna go put some clothes on.
Okay. It looks cool though.
Yeah, I wanted to try it, but I just haven't
Here,
tried it.
I'll show everyone who might be wondering what we're talking about.
I think they're on Topo.
Are they?
I think. I found them through like
There you go.
The
That's what it looks
Topo.
like.
the follow list. I think.
Yeah. I like this got like little bones in it and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. That's cool. And it's just like, there's good berry scent, lime scent, and then unscented.
Good berry. Okay, and there's
And there's a folk hero scent.
there's others. There's I think Folk Hero is the lemon one.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the one I want, but I don't remember.
Oh.
I just like the dice that came with it.
They have soap on a ropes. They've
Oh
got
boy!
a warlock one, and there's a druid one.
Wow.
The druid one looks pretty nice though. Like they both look pretty good.
Yeah.
But like the soap does not contain dice. Aw.
Yeah.
Goat's milk, oat protein, 20% vegetable glycerin, gluten-free, soy-free, no animal testing. A hefty 7-ounce bar. Scrub without fear of dropping. Free yourself from soap dish dependency. The best lather is achieved when dual wielding with a shower sponge, but I'm not.
Oh my
Your
gosh.
boss, do what you want. That's funny.
Are you even a certified freak?
Are
7 days a
you?
week?
Even?
They might be a little pricey. I don't know, but you get dice with it, so it's
Yeah.
like they are lasting. But
Yeah.
like, does that not look awesome? Like,
It really does. It does look really cool too.
oh, they have an unscented. That's interesting.
Yeah.
See, I probably
I don't.
that's
Is it just
I
like
don't know.
plain soap, maybe?
It's probably just an unscented. Yeah, it's just. 'Cause I know there's
Yeah.
some like Sierra doesn't like using scented stuff for Nora.
Yeah. Natural
we wouldn't use it for
vegetables,
anyway.
skincare oils, oat protein, 20% vegetable glycerin. We've learned nobody wants to smell like a bugbear, so let's get you cleaned up. We've left out the fragrance oils in this bar to keep it safe for more sensitive adventurers. This soap will help you wash away even the dankest dungeon stink. And when you have vanquished the whole bar, you will have a new 7-piece set of polyhedral dice for your next adventure. It's cute. I'm digging it. I'm here for it. Alright, let's bring it back. Okay. That's cool though.
Yeah, I wanted to try it. I just haven't done
Mhm.
anything like that. I don't take baths enough. Welcome back, Phil, yet again.
Yeah, hello, Phil. He said, oh, but he just said K. I was like, wow.
I'm gonna have to add lots of details to this, but I'm thinking like grass on the top and maybe
Mhm.
some growing out the sides and stuff. But overall, I'm like, okay, like for someone who's never really doing art like this,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad. It's kind of cool.
I'm trying to find the pictures and then and we're approaching the 2-hour
Mhm.
mark. So I know you'll probably have to go soon. I'm just
Yes,
trying
I
to
do.
find this picture because it's really fucking funny.
My baby saw me and now she's crawling to me.
Oh, babies. I'm gonna scroll past all of these YouTube videos. Fun fact, for those of you who might not know, I record almost all of my YouTube videos on my phone, and they get saved to my Google Drive, so I have to scroll through all of the, like, different takes and the Instagrams and the photos and all of the things to get down to the part that I'm trying to get to.
I missed what you were doing. I was talking to my baby.
Okay, I got it. Oh, actually, this one's better. So this isn't the one of them playing chess, but
Oh,
this is actually better. So we invited a bunch of our friends over, and they came over, and we had a pool party with all of our friends. And damn, Drew, that the sass will come back yet again. It's okay, Phil. You're always welcome to hang out with us.
Oh, I didn't realize what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Not
That was
sass.
Phil.
It's not sass. It's just funny.
Okay, so this picture, I think, was actually later in the day or the next day. That is my dad feeding my husband mozzarella balls.
Oh my god.
Still in the kiddie pool, though.
Cool.
like,
Awesome.
if you're wondering what so this bucket in the middle is what they were playing chess on, and my dad is sitting on an overturned cat litter bucket that
Okay.
didn't have any litter in it. We like rinsed it out and put it in the thing so that they could sit on it to play chess. And
Cool.
yeah, this beer and leg over here in the corner is our friend Jose.
Okay.
But
Oh, when your dad fed me.
yeah. I think the picture of them playing chess is on my parents' Facebook page because they have one together, like old people.
Yeah, like
And
old people.
yeah. So
That's
if I can find it, I'll put it in the Discord, so you guys can see it if anybody wants
So funny.
to do it. But yeah, they're so funny together. They have like the ultimate bromance. It's the cutest thing.
wow.
But yeah, they're just looking at the pictures from this. We also have one of like, oh no, this was the first day. Yeah, and then my friend got super fucking smashed because my stepmom made Patrick like went into the house to like make a drink for our friend Summer, and
The
my
who
step-
draws.
yes, Summer, Sure Signs of Summer. She made the Alamora photo, or the drawing, and she Patrick like went to make the drink, and my stepmom Tammy was like, "Oh, I'll do it for you," thinking it was for Patrick, not realizing that it was for Summer, and so she made it to Patrick's tolerance, which is not even close to what Summer's tolerance is. And she drank it. She drank the whole thing, and
Well-
probably maybe an hour later, she was like dying on my couch, and we were playing D&D afterwards, or we were like sitting in the living room, and she was sitting on the couch, and she was like staring into the distance, and we were all doing something, and she just like leaned over the edge of the couch and like vomited.
Oh, no.
But like nobody heard it. It was quiet. It was so quiet. The only reason we even knew it happened was because one of our other friends was walking up the stairs like into the room and saw it because she was right in front of her. And if she was like, "Did you just..." And she was like, "Yeah." But I was like, "Wait, what
Yeah.
happened?" Like nobody heard it. Nobody heard it. She was just like leaned over and like let it slip out.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, it was impressive, actually. The fact that like nobody fucking, if Blankenship hadn't have seen it, nobody would have known. But she took a nap, and like an hour or two later she was fine. But it was really funny. We didn't realize like how strong it was, because she was fine, and then like all of a sudden she wasn't fine, and we were like, "What's going on, Summer?" And then that's when we realized that she had the drink that Tammy made,
Yeah.
and Tammy thought it was for Patrick, and it wasn't for Patrick, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Well, you know.
Yeah. Like, LOL. Sorry. As I'm scrolling through some of these, I'm seeing some like memes that are extra haha. This one, it says. All right, hang on. Again, it's just the memes. After this, we can go though, because I know you gotta go. But
Yeah, you're good. My
it
time's not up yet.
It's the scene from The Emperor's New Groove, and it says like,
Gosh.
when your girlfriend is kinky but also really bad at roleplay. Oh, boo-hoo, now I feel really bad. Bad llama.
God. Oh my gosh. Nora thinks this is funny.
It's because it is funny.
It is funny.
Oh, Phil's. Oh, jeez, goals, really though, yeah. So, anywho, but yeah, it's coming along super good. I like it. I'm
Thanks.
digging it.
Thanks.
It's very heroic looking. I'm here for
That
it.
was, yeah, I mean, that was the goal.
Yeah.
I'm still very confused about what I'm going to do with these people,
Oh no.
but not confused, I'm just not sure what I want to do about it yet.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I will do something.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, because I
I might-
imagine the one in the front would probably be Darius or Carlisle.
Okay.
And then you'd have like the dwarves, the elves, and the Fithari.
Yeah, and I'm probably not gonna be able to get all of them.
Yeah, but like if you have just a general, like it looks like people are standing on a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't have to be anything specific. Like it doesn't have to look like Darius. If it just
Yeah.
looks like a large chunky man and some other large chunky people, then
Yeah. I need I need to get a reference.
yeah, of just people standing on a hill.
Yeah, like like that picture from The Hobbit you were talking about.
All right, hang on, I got you.
Like mostly just for the goal of angles.
Yeah.
I had a reference up earlier and I don't know where it went, but it wasn't for this. It was for this, but not. I don't know. I think it would look a lot better if I started warping it to make it look more like realistic.
Yeah.
Mm.
See. My favorite story about Lord of the Rings is like the guy who plays Gimli.
Oh.
And they're like, you don't like all the guys who were doing the stunt people,
Yeah.
and they were like, now you don't have to hit us, but like if you have to like make the swings and stuff believable, you can do it. And he hit every single one of them. Every single
Oh
time.
yeah, I
Without
remember.
fail. Like every
Yeah.
fucking time.
Yeah.
He's just destroying people.
Yeah, no, I did hear about that one.
Did you know that they all have a matching tattoo except for him?
Why not him?
I don't know, because he's a loser, I guess.
What do you mean they all like
Like,
Elijah Wood and
Yeah, like all
Vince.
of them from Lord of the Rings, they all have
Oh.
a matching tattoo. Yeah, like
Interesting.
Orlando Bloom and everyone, they all have it except for him.
I wonder if he's Mormon.
I don't know. I actually knew
Mormon
somebody
matching
who met Aragorn at like the guy who like what is his name?
I can't. I remember. It's like
Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo Yes.
Yeah. I used to be friends with this guy, and he's like in his 60s, and I did historical reenactment stuff with him, and he's been doing like sword work for a really long time, and he used to be part of a guild that every year they had like this party, and they would go to one of the guys in the guild. They would go to his house. It was like out in the middle of fucking nowhere, and it was this huge house, and they would just like be out there doing whatever. And he lived next to Viggo Mortensen's parents, and Viggo Mortensen was there at his parents' house and saw them like outside sword fighting, and he was learning how to sword fight for Lord of the Rings, and he was like, hey, can you show me some moves? And they were like, of course. And so he like helped like teach him some stuff while he was there for the weekend, and they like chatted and had a great time, and like Viggo Mortensen's a great dude.
I've heard that.
Yeah,
that he's
like
nice in real
like
life.
he's a nice dude. And so he and then he went on to do Lord of the Rings, and he was like, I remember seeing him, and I remember that, and I think it was it's either Eowyn's horse or bye Phil, or the
Later.
blonde girl whose name I can't remember right now, but it's either one of them. One of their horses, their stunt double, like fell in love with the horse, and she wanted to keep
Oh.
it. but she couldn't because she couldn't afford it, and so Viggo Mortensen bought the horse for her. And like,
Aw.
yeah, I know, right? Like, eh. And so he bought the horse and gave it to the lady to keep.
You guys are
So-
still talking about movies and stuff.
Yeah, you got a problem with that? You could have
not bad.
chimed in at any point.
No,
Or are we
so
taking a nap?
I was asleep for last hour.
Oh, so you were taking a nap?
That was what I figured had happened.
Yeah, but
I
he
do
just,
need to go.
we just bored him to death. That's fine.
I literally just unplugged my headphones and then laid down with you guys playing in the background.
It'd be like that. Okay, so we'll
All right, I gotta start getting ready.
Yeah, we'll switch it over.
Dawn, Birth.
Yeah, do you I don't know, do you want to promote yourself? Do you have anything for that?
Not right now.
No? Okay.
I haven't used Instagram in
In a
like
minute.
a couple months. Yeah, I'll get back on eventually, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
That'd be
I think
wild.
it was at the beginning. If you missed it, it was up there at the beginning. But
Okay.
thanks for hanging out. Thanks for doing your stuff. I appreciate you. It looks really good. It's coming along super well.
Thanks.
Good job, Andrew.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
For anyone watching, if you our next stream, I believe, is on Wednesday. It's gonna be Morning Brew with Dr. Colin at 11:30 Central Time, and we'll be working on, hopefully, I think finishing chapter 2. We're almost done. We're like right at the very end. So if you want to swing by for that, go ahead and do that, and we'll see you guys next time.
Later.
Thanks for hanging out.
Bye.